What's up?
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's up?
Welcome to Truth Be Told, where every man is king. We apologize for the delay. We had some technical difficulties.
That's right.
I am one of your hosts, RealEyez from OTS Entertainment. Cheer, 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 cheer.
Yeah, I'm Sundjata Soooo with my hip hop gear on. LL Cool J 1986 style.
So you got the Adidas tracksuit.
Got my Adidas tracksuit, got my Kangol, got my shell toes.
Looking real fresh.
That's right. That's right.
So
more hip hop out, L.
You kind of looking like the original hip hop, like when hip hop first started.
Well, I'm looking like the Run DMC, LL Cool J era. Yeah, I brought that in there.
So I guess that means I'm more so like the now, you know what I'm saying?
Chief Keef era.
Chief Keef, hoodie, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it gangster. we bust them guns, son. You know what I'm talking about?
That's
sorry,
right. Ladies, sorry.
New York, that's what that's about.
Mr. E. Cruz is in here, but still stay with us.
Yeah, we want to shout out our brother E. Cruz. He couldn't make it this evening, so unfortunately, you just have us.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? But we're going to hold it down for him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so our topic for the evening, funny that we were talking about it, is going to be hip-hop.
Of course, that's why I'm dressed like this.
In lieu of the timing and the fact that we started a little bit late, we're going to forego too many topics, and we're going to go for one mini topic and go right into the main topic. But before we do that, just in case you weren't aware, itsalltruth@gmail.com is the email. Truth Be Told Tuesday is the Instagram. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/itsalltruth.
It's all truth.
And the Twitter is @TBT Show.
That's
all
right.
So please make sure y'all tune in. Check the page, like everything. Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. I jump right into my mini topic because you see I have all my hip hop clothes on. I went back to 1986, what they call the golden era. And today on the Truth Be Told page, we had some good conversations about hip hop. And my mini topic is going to be today about, I guess, some of the things people say about hip hop that I don't believe is true. Now, shout out to Talib if you out there watching. Shout out to, say homie name? Magic?
Superstar J.
Superstar J. What up?
Shout out to Jay.
Who else was in on that conversation? I forgot. A few other people were in on that conversation.
Your homeboy that was feeling me on the ninja topic.
Yeah, the ninja Talib.
That is Talib.
Yeah. Talib. He was down on the topic. It was someone else.
Lisa. Big shout out to Cotton Candy.
Cotton Candy. Okay, a few people were in on the topic. Oh, Dory was in on the topic. Was popping off on that topic. Now, one of the things that people talk about is violence in hip hop. And I don't believe this in no way, form, or fashion. And I realized I was alluding to this last week.
Yes, I was.
Yes, with the Chief Keef and with the violence in hip hop. I don't think it's a correlation. Alright? For those of you that don't know, correlation means I don't think it. Cause of hip hop leads to violence. Alright? I don't think A leads to B. I just don't think that. I don't think hip hop is the thing that's driving these youth to commit violence. Now, a lot of people may say that it is. But what I don't like about people when they just pick out hip hop and they don't talk about movies, talk about violent movies. You don't talk about go ahead.
I get what you're saying.
Video games?
I get what you're saying. I think that it's not that anybody ever specifically picks on hip hop. I think all of those things, if you, depending on where you look, you're gonna find people that have issue with everything you just mentioned. Video games, movies, TV shows, you know what I mean? Everything that's in the media. But in this particular conversation, we're talking about hip hop. I think that you can't say that hip hop does not have an effect. You may be able to argue hip hop does not have as much of an effect as other things in media, like perhaps movies, because everybody watches movies. Like we are consumers of movies at all times. You know what I mean? Whereas not everybody's listening to hip hop. But I don't think you can say hip hop doesn't have an influence.
What impact does hip hop have on violence specifically? That's what I want to know.
I personally believe as I've stated before on the show, that when it comes down to things such as the urban communities, that hip hop does have a negative influence because all of these young kids coming up, the youth, right? They are influenced by what they listen to. If they listen to "I Don't Like" by Chief Keef, you know what I'm saying, and he's talking about shooting people and what have you, right? And the media, or not so much the media, but big business is pushing this as what's hot, right? Because Chief Keef got signed to a deal, you know, a major label deal, and they're pushing this song, right? So the next thing you know, this is what's hot. So the kids are listening to it, and they're like, wow, I want to be just like this guy. And what is this guy talking about? Selling drugs, killing people, shooting, so on and so forth.
Would any of these things exist if there wasn't hip hop?
Yes.
Okay, then, so how can hip hop be the determining factor for all these things?
It doesn't have to be a determining factor. It can be the factor that pushes it over the edge. This kid could be on the line between it, and next thing you know, because
a song make him go over there and then shoot someone, kill someone, and maim someone.
A song that encourages this type of negative activity and makes it look positive. Yes,
I don't think it makes it look positive.
It does make it look positive.
Just want to let y'all, chat room. Roger says violent crime in major American cities dropped significantly between 1975 and 2005. So a causative link to hip hop makes virtually no sense. Blackout said hip hop is not the problem. Parenting and society is. And Radio 116, I don't think it can be blamed on a single item.
Oh, they agreeing with me, RealEyez. And he's the rapper.
I don't care. Listen. I'm gonna tell you my opinion, and my opinion is this.
Of course, we want your opinion.
I'm not saying that it's. That's why I said it's not just hip hop.
Right.
But the talk tonight is about hip hop, and you brought up violence in hip hop.
Right.
So that's, in my opinion. Look, there are hip hop artists who are positive.
Right.
I would like one of y'all to name me one because besides
me,
but look, I'm not signed, right? But that's not what's hot. This is not what makes money, quote unquote. You see what I'm saying? They're like, I can count on one hand the amount of people that don't spit this negativity and actually have a name, like established name.
Okay, I would say like this. Like, I had this conversation with D earlier on the Facebook page. There always have been two sides of hip hop. There's always have been the so-called negativity and so-called positivity. You can name any artist, there's the two sides. For instance, you have NWA and they talking about boys in the hood, and it's just derogatory towards women and it's harsh, but they also have a socially conscious song called F the Police. So that's always been there. So the thing that I don't like about when it comes to hip hop is that we single out the music and the culture, and people say that it's negative and it's driving youth to do this, but we don't look at all the other factors that cause it.
But I am looking at all the other factors. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's just hip hop. I dislike when critics of hip hop try to do that and say hip hop is the reason this is happening.
Right.
What I'm saying is hip hop is part of the problem. I'm not saying hip hop is the problem.
How is it part of the problem? Because
how is it not part of the problem?
How is it part of the problem?
Because, man, all this negativity, like, listen, if it was fairly distributed, if record labels were to push as hard for these positive artists that are out there as they do for the negative artists or the artists that talk about negative things, then it'd be one thing, but they don't.
But let me ask you something. What do you consider a positive artist?
Lupe Fiasco. We've talked about him a few times.
Yeah, and Lupe Fiasco get pushed?
Yeah,
people know him, he's mainstream.
What I said, on one hand, you can count the positive, whereas you need...
Who are you considering the negatives then?
Are you serious?
Yes, I want to
Chief
know.
Keef?
How would... Okay, this is the issue.
Keef,
oh.
Lil Wayne.
Wait, let's start with Chief Keef. Let's just start with Chief Keef. You're asking a 17-year-old kid to be socially conscious, socially responsible, and telling people about right or wrong at 17?
I'm not asking him to be socially responsible.
No, but you're saying that, okay, you're saying they're pushing his negativity,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But I'm saying what other aspect of his life what type of music he's going to bring across at 17? He needs time to grow, just like all of us. The same person you are here sitting at I don't want to age, but as a grown man, it's not the same person you were at 17. The same things you will rap about now, like when you put out the Tomorrow with the homie White Al, it wouldn't be the same thing coming from you at 17.
Actually, at 17, I was pretty positive as well. I was a pretty cool guy.
At 17, yeah. if you were putting a record out at 17, at this time, if you were 17 now, right, and you were putting out a record, would you put out a record like Tomorrow?
Probably not.
Okay, then, so it's the same thing. It needs time to grow.
No, but me not putting a record out doesn't mean that I'm going to put out something completely opposite of it, like kill your neighbor, nigga, shoot him, right. Hang him from a tree. Like, that doesn't mean I'm just going to put out something else.
That's that I don't like.
Okay. So, in the chat room, Loon2NS, I know
Tunes, what up?
I know cats that felt extra tough when they heard Onyx back in the day. Roger and Slam. Roger says, how do you explain cities that were extremely violent in the 1980s but had virtually no popular hip-hop scene like Chicago? That kind of is an oxymoron because Chicago is really violent today. Critics, this is Blackout.
Chief Keef
from Chicago.
Critics will always try to make it it's censored. It's part of the popular, they censored foul language.
Okay, mainstream censored it.
Yeah, critics will always try to make it the blank is part of the problem, just like any other media. Roger says the positive negative binary doesn't work for hip hop.
Going in tonight.
Right? Roger says
the positive negative binary doesn't work. He says
the positive negative. No, you're saying okay. I asked you to do that comparison. Yes, go ahead.
He also says that, a lot of the classic hip-hop artists started very young, so I don't buy that argument. And the problem is what society views as hip-hop is what is being put on the radio and video, and that was Loon2NS-1.
Okay, I hear you guys, but going back to Chief Keef, if you're 17 years old and you're living in Chicago and all these gangs and killings and stuff that's out there, are you going to come with that same positive music, or are you going to talk about the reality of things?
You're going to talk about what's real to you.
Right.
I accept and respect that.
Right.
What I'm saying, world, is that the record label should not pick up an artist such as this and push him. And then when an artist that he's beefing with or his team is beefing with gets killed or gets shot, right? And it's suspected that somebody from this guy's team did it, and then that artist that you picked him up thinking that he was so hot, talking all this gunplay and all this negativity, tweets ha 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 about the kid dying. Now you want to be righteous and take a stand and say, if we find out that he really tweeted that and his account wasn't hacked, we're gonna drop him from the label. No, come on.
You realize?
No, you should push him. Push that negativity that you was pushing from the gate.
The rapper's getting mad.
I'm just saying though, like, you signed him for that negative shit.
Right. Go ahead, bro.
You signed him for that negativity, and then when he continues on with the same negativity that you signed him for, you want to drop him from the label.
But realize, if he wasn't a rapper, kids are killing kids in Chicago. It's not because of the music, because of the words in the music.
So you're trying to tell me that the core of the music that these kids listen to every day in, day out, 24/7, has no effect on them?
Absolutely no effect, in my opinion. I'll tell you why. Because I'm from the 80s loving hip hop. I love these guys now too. Chief Keef, all of them, I rock with them. Some things I like more than others. Right? But my thing is, in the 80s in hip hop, in the golden era, when you have the De La Soul, the Rakim, the Slick Rick, and all of these people that were talking about so-called positivity, there were killings like crazy in New York during that time. The murder rate in New York during the 80s probably was the highest in the history of New York. But the music was so-called positive. So if you're saying the same people who living in these environments are listening to the music, but the crime rate is going down, how could you prove to me and say that the music is what's making people murder each other?
That's not what I'm saying. Like
what are you saying? The label?
The people in the chat room and yourself continue to try to turn me into the hip hop hater. This is not the case. I love hip hop. I'm an MC. What I'm saying is the music has an effect. I'm not saying the music is the only affect. household? Are they living in poverty? There are tons of different things that cause these kids to go out. What I'm saying is, it's part of the circle that pushes these kids to go out.
I can't put music a part of the circle, because if you're gonna kill someone, murder someone, maim someone, you're gonna do it regardless of what music you're listening to. You can go listen to Barry Manilow. You still, if you're going to go kill someone, if you're gonna, say for instance, people in the mafia or people who actually kill people, they're not listening to hip hop, but they're killing people.
You're right.
So how can we say some people, no matter what they listen to, if they have their mind made up and if they're going to do something, they're going to do it regardless. Whether it's hip hop, whether it's movies, whether it's video games, they're going to do it. Oh, so it's time to. So my truth be told on this issue, I love Chief Keef. I don't like. That's my joint. I was listening to it. I like Lil Wayne. I like all these. I like 2 Chainz. I like all these rappers, and I'm not one that to say. I don't want to limit the poet, limit the artist, limit the rappers from expressing their art. Some things I like more than others, but I don't want no limit or no censorship on the music. That's my truth be told.
Truth be told, I'm right, and I'm sticking with that. That's pretty much it.
Cruz.
I feel like this is what it is. Like, it has an effect. It's not the only factor that affects the kids. And I said urban youth. I didn't, you talked about the mafia. I'm talking urban youth. All right, the core of honestly the black community. Like, I feel like it has an effect. It's not the only thing, but I think it does have an effect. That's my truth be told.
See, if he cruises here, he was able to
go right down the middle.
Yeah. Alright, Cruz is not here. But moving on. You gonna jump right into the main topic?
Main topic it is.
Alright, so segue into the main topic.
Can y'all see this right here? Probably not. It's alright. It says, I love hip hop. And I do. Regardless of, how it may come across, I love it. So tonight we decided to talk about hip hop and a number of different things involved within hip hop, such as hip hop of the past and hip hop of today. How is it different? We touched on some of that stuff a little while ago, but we're going to get a little bit deeper into that. Excuse me. We're also going to discuss basically hip hop as a business and how it's grown. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, when hip hop first came out, it was considered a fad. Right. And none of the labels wanted to deal with it. They could care less until they saw that it was catching fire. And then how many years later you see who controls hip hop, that's a whole other situation. But so we're going to talk about all of these things. I know we still got the chat room popping. I can actually see it at this point now, and we got a lot of comments.
I think it's all dudes in here tonight.
All dudes in here?
With like one person.
Okay. Well, shout out to the fellas. Basically, and to the one lady, the females that are watching, if you have again a comment about hip hop, or you got a favorite hip hop artist that you want to shout, please throw it in the chat room. All right?
Word.
So I guess we'll start from hip hop. Started out in the park. I forgot the rest of the words, so I'm gonna just end it right there. But as you are, I'm a child of the 80s. I'm an 80s baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem actually. I was born in 1980. You know what I mean? Hip hop started right before that. It was actually like 78, 79, or what have you. But I grew up on it. I love hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I'm familiar with all of the old school. Somebody call me old.
No, somebody said shame on you for not knowing the rest of the lyrics. Loon
Tunes.
Yeah.
Lou, I ain't seeing. Stop! I said.
Can you mute him? No. Can you mute his no? I'm just messing with you, bro. But like, when I came up, hip hop meant something. Not to say it doesn't mean anything now, but majority of the hip hop that was out was socially conscious and it was addressing issues that were going on in the community. Not glorifying those issues.
Oh man, can I jump in? Why da da day? Why da 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 day? Listen to my 9mm go bang! KRS-One, about 1986, 87. And that was from someone they considered socially conscious. Continue.
I hate him. So, moving along. Yeah, okay, you're right. KRS did say that.
Okay.
He he was, there's a kind of disparity between the ends of his songs, meaning like he go from one extreme to another depending.
Right.
But
he changed actually after Scott Barack died. He started to formulate more positive. He came out, put forward self-destruction and things like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a good point.
Blackout says, yeah, but you got to go through the rest of the lyrics of that song.
Yeah, when he talk about killing, murder, and stuff like that, Blackout, how that be? Because that has a Jamaican influence, and I can go over the lyrics.
Says,
I want to waste nobody's time.
KRS-One's treatment of violence on the first album is different than blind glorification. Roger said that.
Roger, he said my 9mm go bang. Peter show up at his house, and he shot Peter in the head. That's not glorifying nothing?
I mean,
come on, Roger. KRS-One, that first album was very violent.
It could be taken as, he's just relating a story. It's different to...
Why are you making it different? Why not keep Chief Keef relating a story?
No, because he's saying, like, yo, this is what I'll do to you.
And KRS-One was saying the same thing in 1967.
No, it's not. You look like Ed Lover.
I look like Ed Lover? Yo, MTV Raps. I'm down with Ed Lover.
Come on, son.
Yo, MTV Raps. Go ahead.
Oh, does that mean I look like Dr. Dre?
Dr. Dre?
I know I put on a few pounds.
Remember that?
That was my joint, actually.
Ed Lover dance. MTV Raps.
But, I don't know. I feel like, the hip-hop of yesteryear, and I feel so old talking like this because this is how old people talk. But the hip-hop of yesteryear was better. I'm saying not so much lyrically, like, of course there are newer styles and people metaphorically have gone crazy with it, but I feel like hip-hop back in the day was from the heart, and people were really trying to give a message out to the people.
That's Superstar J was saying that he's from the heart. But I'm saying, like, the content that the people are using now in hip-hop is the same content they were using in 86. If you want to talk about money and just glorify money and parties, the Cold Crush Brothers was doing this in the late 70s. The Sugar Hill Gang were talking about it in that song that they had. We're talking about money, having a good time, and partying.
Okay, but if you look at that, so did they say, yeah, we got money, but we got it from selling drugs? No, they just had money, and people, you just say, okay, you have money because you guys are famous, and you're partying, you're having fun.
Melly Mel, white lines, get higher, baby. Get higher, baby. They were talking about doing coke.
Yeah, but they weren't talking about doing coke. They were talking about the ills of doing coke.
What? I didn't see the difference. Seemed like they were glorifying coke to me.
Coke was hot at the time. Coke is still hot, apparently.
You had a rapper called Coke La Rock, one of the first rappers named Coke La Rock. I don't know. This is the issue I have with the hip-hop conversation. I don't know why we say that the things the youth are saying now are any different from what they were saying before. Because they're saying more F's and B's and H's?
Yeah, pretty much.
But the content, besides the cursing, the content is basically the same.
I feel like, personally, if you are on the award show and you're performing and they have to bleep out your entire rap, that's a problem.
Is this a BET?
BET, MTV Awards,
whatever.
The Grammys.
But they promote this, like what you were saying earlier. Remember that BET Uncut? It was still coming on 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, but they were still promoting that type of rap.
I'm not saying that's not the truth, but I'm just saying for me personally.
Oh, okay.
Like, everybody has their own opinion. My opinion is if you are on stage and they bleep out your entire rap and I hear nothing you say, that is a problem.
I mean, this coming from the viewpoint of an MC, I try not to curse because I feel like people curse when they can't think of nothing else to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I freestyle, which is I'm coming up with it right now on the spot.
Right.
I try not to curse. If I can do that and I'm coming up with it right now, why can't when you sit down or you're in the studio and you just make up a song off your head like every rapper does now, can you avoid using curses? Like I can understand it every now and again. You want to really emphasize something, but when it's like she's saying, it's every other word. Mother F this because I beat this B and like, dog, what are you saying?
People like cursing. You ever listen to a comedian that doesn't curse? It's corny.
No, it's not.
If Kevin Hart didn't curse in his performance, he'll be corny.
Kevin Hart doesn't curse a lot.
Doesn't curse a lot.
He doesn't.
He curses.
He doesn't. Plus, his stories are funny. What makes any comedian funny really is how they deliver the joke, not necessarily the words they use. You don't have to curse to make something funny.
Listen to Bill Cosby and then tell me if he's funny compared to a Kevin Hart. But anyway, let's get back to hip hop.
Bill Cosby is like
Bill Cosby's not funny on his stand-up. His stand-up.
Yes, he was.
His stand-up is not funny.
It's a little dry.
Yeah, his stand-up is not funny.
But that's his personality. It's not because he didn't curse. It was just his personality. No. He's dry. That's him.
No, but his show, you can see funny elements, the Cosby Show, but his stand-up is not funny because he doesn't curse, in my opinion. Now, when it comes to hip-hop.
In your opinion is the key word.
Yeah, in my opinion. But Bill Cosby's corny. Y'all know that. But I look at stuff like Chief Keef, and I look at someone like myself. The same Sundjata at 33 years old didn't exist when I was 17. So when I look at Chief Keef video and you see a whole bunch of dudes sitting around smoking weed, rolling dice, just so having a good time, that was me. And that was most of us that's watching the show right now. So I don't know how we can look at that behavior and say that's wrong and they shouldn't be doing this when we did the exact same thing.
I didn't.
Okay, you didn't, but a lot of us did. Like, for instance, we film here in New Jersey for the people that's watching in other states or whatever. We film here in New Jersey, and you can put a song. When I was growing up, you can put a song called "There's Some Hoes in This House." Women go absolutely crazy for that song. For my generation,
this is true.
Yeah, I beat that bitch with a bat. The place go crazy in this area. You put on that.
Yeah.
No woman is standing around saying, "Wait a minute, I think this is degrading me." No, they're giving it up, they're dancing, they're doing all types of craziness. You put on Luke for people of my generation, do the brown, and see the party go crazy.
You have a good point.
Yeah, so why are we now looking at 17, 16, 15, even 19, 20-year-olds and saying what they're doing is wrong, but we did the exact same thing?
No. Aha. I did not say what they're doing is wrong. If they do that in the real, or actually I do feel it's wrong, but I'm my own person. I can't come to you in your situation and tell you need to stop doing it. Maybe this is the only livelihood you've ever known. For whatever reason, this is why you do what you do.
Right.
My issue, and maybe I didn't make that clear earlier, again, is more so that big business is pushing the negativity. All right? Chief Keef, like you said, he's 17. Obviously, there's something going on in his home. Like, I'm in social work, psychology.
Right.
Like, he's probably 9 out of 10 from a broken home.
Right, he lives with his grandmother from what I understand.
Okay? So, there are numerous reasons he's involved with gangs that stem from when he was probably much younger. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He's looking for that sense of family, so on
Right.
and so forth. We know the reasonings behind it.
Right.
So, that's why he's involved. So, of course, that's what he knows. He doesn't know any better. And he decided he wanted to be a rapper. And, of course, he's going to rap about what life is for him.
Right.
I cannot take that away from any rapper. That's your real life. That's a whole nother topic in hip-hop, rappers that don't do stuff that they say they do. But if that's what you know, that's what you know. My issue is with the labels that say that this kid is getting a lot of views on YouTube. He's talking about, busting off in girls' faces and, shooting people and stuff and killing people, but whatever. I think we'll make a lot of money off of him. Let's get him. That's my issue.
We live in a society that sold people. So why are we surprised at capitalism? Capitalism sold people as slaves. So they'll sell anything as a product. That's my point.
It's not a matter of being surprised. It's a matter of not liking it. Like, I'm not surprised at anything this country does.
Right.
I won't even get into that tangent. But that doesn't mean I have to be like complacent and be like, yeah, well, it's America. It's what happens. No.
But my point is, you either if you don't like it, if you don't like the music, one, you create an alternative like what you're doing.
Two, don't purchase it.
Don't purchase it. But I don't think the way some people talk to me is like, this music shouldn't be out, and this music doesn't represent black people correctly. Chief Keef doesn't represent me. He represents my old self. I would say that, and that's why I kind of like the music. He represents my old self when I was 17, and that's why this young man needs time to grow. We looking at him and other rappers like they don't need time to grow. And in this society, getting back to your point, you're saying big business. Your issue is not with Chief Keef because there'll be plenty of others of Chief Keef, right?
Chiefs, yeah.
Right. Right, so it's not with him as the
not hot
person
anymore.
Right.
You know,
it's with
Little Gat Strap is going to be the next hot rapper. So
right. It's with big business putting this forward. But my point is, big business is going to push anything forward to us. But it's up to us not to purchase it. It's up to us not to consume it. I don't think he should. I don't think any. There's no morals in capitalism. They will sell anything, anybody. History has proven that to us.
I agree with that.
But it's up to us not to consume it if we don't like it, right? So to me, if you see a young guy like Chief Keef or all these other guys coming up and they talking that violence, what else is created? What avenues is created for them to make any money? If someone offer you now $25,000 or $50,000 to say BHSF kill whatever, I'm guaranteed you'll do it.
How much?
$250. You gonna do it?
Just give me a hot dog. I'm changing. Yo, I kill all these things.
That's right.
What I'm saying is, I get what you're saying. So obviously these companies are not going to go to these artists and say, listen, we think you're talented, but we want you to change up everything you rap about. We like something more positive. That's not going to happen. But I don't consume. This is how I quote unquote fight back. I don't consume their material. You see what I'm saying? Like, and it's a shame because, like you said, in some time, Chief Keef he may end up being the most positive hip hop artist ever. Who knows what's going to happen down the line if he makes it the next 2 days? Because
and we're not just picking on Chief Keef just if you're watching Chief Keef.
I am.
Oh, maybe you are, but I'm not.
That's that shit I don't like.
I don't like.
Yeah, so like whatever, but
right.
I still feel like the only thing we can do is try to show them. But if nobody ever says anything,
right,
then it's never gonna get out there. Yeah, I cannot buy an album, but guess what? In hip hop, in music in general, but more so in hip hop, people aren't buying albums anyway. So that's not sending any message to the label because it's not like, oh, people aren't buying it, they must not like the product. It's people aren't buying it. They're cheap. They're burning it. They're downloading it. They're getting it from where they can get it.
People are consuming music. Music is never going away. People like music, so it's never going to go away.
But I'm saying the amount of money. That's why the whole industry has changed as far as music is concerned. You know what I'm saying?
And they're trying to give them different deals. How about some of these slave deals that they're giving some of these artists?
The 360 deal.
Right? They want a piece of everything.
From the gate.
They want a piece of they're thinking is the business. They're not making any money on record sales, so they're going to let you sign a contract. And if you appear in a movie, if you do a show, if you do a commercial, whatever you do, the record label want piece of it. They want piece of you.
You do a bar mitzvah.
That's right.
They want to cut.
They want everything. So my point is, with the music, I appreciate those guys and their work ethic and their business ethic.
I respect that.
Because from what I understand, I was looking at Chief Keef. He owns his own label. No, I'm saying
everybody owns their own label.
No, but he owns his own label, and his label is signed through a major.
That's
and he's 17.
Those are the deals they give out now. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but these are the deals that they give out now.
Yeah, and I was looking at the other
because every
guy.
kid that gets signed has 47 friends that rap too that he wants to get on. So this is how they trick these. Okay, yeah. Sign this 360 deal, idiot, and we're gonna give you this label imprint through us with distribution. And it's like, oh snap, yo, I got my own label now. I can put everybody on. Yeah, mark my words. Right. I don't even. Whatever day he came out, forget it. I'll spot him time from today, 1 year. See if Chief Keef is still around or anybody on his label.
But what about even the guys from the Nigerian guy, Tyler, the creator?
Tyler, the creator.
Right? These guys have their own. They have their own self-contained unit also. Like, this is something I think they have progressed from the people who started the hip hop and the people from the 80s, because they were more about the music. Right? This is the difference I see. The guys now and the people now who are pushing it forward is more on business.
Right, but the thing is, I'm trying to think of this crazy quote that I forget, but basically the point I'm trying to get at is, what does it matter if you give me my own label deal if in the end I'm actually getting worse off than I would have in the past anyway? Oh, I have a label, but the label that is my parent company, the one I'm signed to, right? So yeah, I'll have people signing to me, but the people I'm signed to have their pause in everything. I'm probably getting a cent off an album.
But then you have to look at everything. You have to weigh everything. One, you get famous, and then you have other avenues to make money.
Which
the label is going to
get taking a cut from.
Instead of you being an artist that's not yet famous, and then you be one of the other artists that's trying to get on. You have to weigh all the pros and cons.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. So basically, you sell your soul for the benefit of what may come if you're popular. Because if you can get signed, which means the label thinks you're talented enough to be signed to them, right? Or at least they see some sort of profit off you. Maybe a single song deal, you know, ringtone rappers, whatever.
Right.
And then, because I have friends that are signed to major labels, and each and every one of them has said the same thing.
Right.
Now that I'm signed, I have to work harder than I've ever worked before. Because now I'm actually on, and I have to prove that I need to stay on.
Right, or they'll drop you.
Or they'll drop you. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to the people that are out there grinding and doing it independently and still making their money. Yeah, they may not make as much. Actually, I won't even say they won't make as much, because you grind hard enough, you might make more than somebody signed, because you don't have nobody in your pocket.
And this is the thing why I always give respect to the southern-based artists more than the artists up here. I think the artists up here, since the labels are based here, they don't put as much work ethic in the business end as the southern rappers, right? You have these rappers that they everything they're self-contained. Like, you may not like their music, like you may not have liked Master P or Cash Money when they were starting out, or Yo Gotti or any of these guys, or 3 6 Mafia and these guys. But these guys were self-contained. That's right. They were all self-contained in the business end of things. A lot of times they messed up on the business, but my point is, like, if you're a young artist coming up, right? There's a few books, which most of them not gonna read anyway. There's a few books, but there's not a lot of people telling them how to do things. The old art, this is the thing I have with the artists from the 80s. They're quick to criticize the new artists, right? But they didn't leave any groundwork for them. Like, they didn't put an infrastructure together for a rapper to come through and be successful without saying, I'm gonna kill this X amount of people.
I agree with that.
Right? They blew all their money. They did white lines with all their money, and now they want to live off their old and I like the classic artists, but they want to live off their old name, and it's not like that. You can't diss someone who's getting in the game and trying to come up, and yet you're trying to diss them when you didn't leave nothing for them, right?
What's the chat room saying? I see what people going.
Yeah. Let's see. Blackout said, by not consuming, it's just like not voting. It's just like not voting. If you don't buy, they don't care what you have to say because you are not part of the bottom line. Agreed, Roger. We can't talk about negativity in hip hop and not discuss the inevitable inequality caused by capitalism.
Another socialist.
Wu-Tang is for the kids.
Wu-Tang. Love Wu-Tang.
Blackout also said, unfortunately, people in the South support their artists more than we do up north.
Well, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, definitely. You can be unsigned and sell 50,000 out your trunk.
That's right. $10 a pop.
$10 a pop.
You do the math. Alright, but I guess we touched on old school versus new school. We touched on violence. We touched on the music content. Let's see, is anything that we're missing?
Like, who are your top hip hop artists or songs?
Yeah, let's make it lighter. Let's lighten it up. So you start first, MC. I guess who are your top 5 artists and your top 5 songs?
Realize, 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 realize.
You can't use yourself.
You can't use yourself. Come on, bro.
You can't do yourself.
Come on, bro.
Nah?
Nah, man. Come on.
Okay, okay, okay.
Come on.
Okay, you're right. No realize, no realize. Mystic.
Oh,
Mystic.
come on.
No aliases.
No aliases.
No.
All right. Top 5 artists in no particular order. Eminem. Luda. Nas. Should I can't put myself in?
No.
Come back to me.
Alright. I guess tell you my artists, man. These are off the wall people, but I like off the wall. I've always liked Cannabis lyrically. I've always liked him. I know he didn't get his props, but I remember in the late 90s when he put out those tapes, and we would just sit around and listen to Cannabis and say, man, his words are just crazy.
Like, where did he come from?
Yeah, like, where did he come up with this?
Yeah.
What type of weed he smoking?
Yeah.
But man, Cannabis, I've always liked him. I've always liked Andre 3000 also. Oh man, I always like ever since Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. Man, it's a great album. Let me see. Let me go out west. Out west. Do I like anybody from out west? I'm trying to, in a sense, I'm trying to go regional, but.
Alright, while you do that, I remember my last two. Alright? I'm talking about artists that are alive, by the way. It's a whole other issue we talk about passed away. Black Thought. Roots. And Kanye West.
Kanye West.
I stand by that firmly.
Shat-tan.
As long as he actually writes the stuff he does, I know apparently he hasn't written a lot of stuff, so I don't count that stuff.
Oh yeah? I didn't know that.
Very upset.
MC Hammer! One of my favorites! Come on! MC Hammer. Pumps in the butt. No way.
Watch that video.
He had some
Why do I not
Speedos.
remember he had on like a Speedos David
I don't know about that video.
He was really the whole video.
And he was humping into the camera. Come on, Hammer.
I'm like, yo,
please, Hammer,
nobody can do that now, yo. They go crazy, like, yo.
They're gonna call him Frank Ocean.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's 3. Let me see. Man. You know, everyone say Biggie and Tupac, whatever. Everyone say that. So I won't say. I'll leave the legends out.
REALEST. I can't say it myself.
Let me see.
He low-key played you.
Uncle Luke! Put Uncle Luke up in there, my joy. That's right. He's not going to give you the lyrical content, but no one can get a party started like Uncle Luke. Don't stop. Pop that. Let me see you. Man, that's a classic, yo. That's a classic.
You know
Uncle
who he
Luke.
reminded me of just now? Pops.
Yeah.
Woo.
Going in over there,
Woo.
okay.
Yeah, man, I'm thinking. Let me see. And my fifth one, my last favorite artist. This guy don't get enough props, but I like him, and I won't lie. Sir Mix-a-Lot. Oh yeah. Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Ignore this guy.
Oh,
Okay,
Baby Got Back is a classic. Oh, Put Him on the Glass is a classic. Woo, I'm gonna go with Sir Mix-a-Lot for my
chat room. Somebody actually said Dylon.
Dylon.
You're not as good as REALEYez.
Okay, so let's see. People said Outkast, Rakim, Nas, Jay-Z, Luda, Outkast.
Yeah, people always say that.
Talib Kweli, I guess. Common, Coogee Rap, Big Daddy Kane, Mos Def.
Yasin Bey.
I don't know. Mos Def is overrated.
Public Enemy, Corrupt.
Mos Def is overrated.
Redman, Juice Crew.
Redman.
Juice Crew. Wow.
Special Ed, Brand New.
Special Ed.
Special Ed had like 2 songs.
Lord
Yeah,
Finesse.
that explain it.
Although he's Jamaican.
Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah.
Latifah's had it up to hit.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Oh, my bonus Trench. Oh, it's like
Somebody
Trench.
does not like the fact that you just said Mos Def is overrated.
Mos Def is overrated. Name one popular Mos Def song.
Miss Fat Booty.
Okay.
All right. So,
That's the one.
All right. So we're gonna give our
what are we talking about? Albums or songs? Oh, Truth Be Told. Oh.
Minutes. Truth be told, I love hip hop, and I will continue to create it, whether I ever get signed or not.
360.
No 360 deals here. I'd rather be independent. I can't do it. You lose creative control. You lose too much money. I'd rather just sell it out the trunk of my Bugatti Veyron.
Truth be told, I love all types of hip hop. I don't. Superstar J was saying real hip hop. I love all hip hop. There's some Korean guy I was watching on the TV.
Sorry.
Yeah, how did the song go?
Open Gundam Style.
Gundam Style.
That's my
Open Gundam
joint,
Style.
yo.
Oh,
that's my joint.
He's a rapper. I don't know where what he's saying, but he's fresh to me, and he's coming up in Gundam style. Man, that's hot.
He has over 100 million views.
Yeah, yeah. I like that guy. I like all types of music, you know. And I whether it's guys from Chicago, whether they're from Korea, I like it. Keep on putting out the music. If the content's not what I like, I just don't pay attention to it. So I just love hip hop. That's why I got on my hip hop gear, on my hip hop fashion, and that's why I'm in it tonight. That's my truth be told.
I got my hip hop gear on too. Actually, I was dressed like this usually. Anyway, again, Twitter is TBT Show. Instagram is Truth Be Told Tuesday. Please follow us on there. The Facebook page is facebook.com/It's All Truth, and the email account is itsalltruth@gmail.com. All right.
Word.
We see y'all still going off in the chat room. You guys can continue to talk. You know,
still talking about hip hop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say who your favorite artists are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as time is winding down, how much time we got left?
A minute.
1 minute.
We gotta do part 2 of this sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need crews here.
I'm gonna say, as far as all the artists that passed, if I had to choose one to say was my favorite, it would probably be Biggie.
One that passed to me, Freaky Tide.
So y'all just
I can't.
saying
Yeah,
stuff.
Freaky Tide. I like people bring their energy. So Flavor Flav, Freaky Tide, I like hype man.
People that don't rap. Okay, right. Not rappers. All right. So I guess we'll see you guys in 2 weeks on, drum roll please,
16th.
the 16th
That's right.
of October. All right. Peace. Have a
Peace.
good 2 weeks.
Shout out to Big Pun, one of my other favorites.
Shout out to all the viewers. Thanks, y'all. Peace.
Gangnam Style.